Hey, Tony, guys, here popping in. Now I'm on my little walk today, so you got to forgive me. Ain't bring me no headphones either. And then, y'all know the sound be a little bad. Wish I had some. You know what? I know what I might do. Let me get my little tripod out my backpack. Cause I probably could just set my phone right there. See if I got that, y'all. Give me 1 second. But I want to touch on this before we get into it. Make sure if you're in California, get your tickets for San Diego. If you're in Texas, get your tickets for Dallas. Dallas do cost a little more because it's a small situation. San Diego is 2 shows on Saturday. Now I got Friday on there. If you bought a Friday ticket, see if one of the Saturday times work for you. Cause I'm trying to consolidate cause I got the NCAA that weekend too. The tournament. Got the tournament that weekend. Well, looking for my little tripod. Thought I had it. See where I got it at. Tripod at. So see about finding you a little ticket. Guess I done left my tripod somewhere. But y'all thought I had me an idea. I guess I don't. Cause I don't see where my tripod at. Or I had my little idea. I guess I done misplaced my tripod. I was just gonna stand that right on up. I'll put it somewhere. But been dealing with this here. Question a lot lately on women preparing for their husband. And we talk about this a lot with the 3 B's. We discussed this on the 3 B's and so there is a holistic approach and that we talk about. With that holistic approach, we do discuss that in the 3 B's, and we're gonna touch on that in Dallas too. But one of the things I want you to realize and understand and really think about is the fact that it's more and more eligible, qualified women, and it's less and less eligible, qualified men, because with pornography, it's becoming more men getting into that porn, and it's more men becoming, I would say, spiritually gay, and it's less women into porn and into that lifestyle, and less women becoming spiritually gay. And so what's happening is the eligible women going up, and the eligible men going down. And then the eligible men, a lot of them are really locked in. Like they to the point to where the life they living is, they very locked in. Y'all got to get a sound. I just can't be holding my hand up there like that for that long. So they so locked in to where they eating right, they sleeping right, they drinking right, they reading their Bible, they focused, they locked in. So, and a man, you got to remember, a man is built different. So like, I'm 42 years old, and I really don't do nothing special. I don't get to walk all the time. I don't get to do nothing. But even with that, at 42 years old, not really doing nothing, you can see that little bit of chest, stomach still laying down. You know, I ain't got no big stomach on me. Got a little muscle. See what I'm saying? And I don't even do nothing. So that's why I want you to understand. It's like, men, we built for war. We built to hunt. We built to gather. We built to build. So our body is more muscle than it is fat. And anything we do, we get results a lot faster than a woman. So the scale is off. So when you a woman and you ready for your husband and you go out into the world, y'all got to get me, I ain't got my rain on because I'm about to get in the sauna, so I took my necklace off, took my rain off now. So that's like, oh, Tony, you ain't separated, is ya? No, touch your nose. And so you getting ready to go and you out and about, you around a lot of women, and some women was raised for marriage. They was raised to catch a man. They was raised to meet a man. And so, that being the case, they in a situation where they walking around this here big, no stomach, little lifted plump booty, little firm toned arms, glass skin, hair silky, healthy, whatever term, and that's what you up against. So now, a man who ready, he out there, he see that, and then he see cornbread fed. Got that jiggle, got that, and them hams full. They bouncing like juggling balls. And he looking at the two. And I'm gonna tell you what a man does when he see you. A lot of women don't like to hear this now. What a man does when he sees you, he put about 20 pounds on you in your head. So in his head. So if you say, if a woman says that she need to lose 20 or more pounds, when she go out in public, her husband sees her and he put 20 pounds on top of the 20 pounds that she need to lose. And then she look at him and she like, he look good. He look fit. Man, he looking good. And then he look at her and he like, nah, because if I put more weight on her, happy weight, baby weight, she gonna look different. And I don't know if we gonna be compatible. So that's how he looking at it. And so you gotta remember, as they teach They say the first component of a relationship is attraction. So women say to me all the time, they say, Tony, you know, they want a good looking man. And they wondering, do they have to settle for an unattractive man? And this is, to get to the root of that, what you got to do is, without delusion, without self-confidence, without self-esteem, you take all that out of it. Take all that out of it, and you look in the mirror, and you ask yourself, how do I look? So if I did that, I say, you look all right. I'll say, you look all right. And then I'll say, but when you wash that hairline out, the fiber spray, you start to look a little mess. You start to look a little beat. And the wrinkles in your forehead and the bags under your eyes, you looking a little worn. So that's what I would say to myself if I'm being honest. So what I need to do, I need to go to Turkey and get my hairline thick and full. So I'm going to Turkey, probably this summer. Going to Turkey. I need to work out every day. I need to be walking 30 minutes a day. I need to get in that sauna that I'm finna get in after this 30 minutes up. And I need to sleep 8 hours. And I need to eat as clean as possible. And I need to drink enough water. I also need my skincare routine every day. Got a 4-5 step skincare routine. So that's what I would tell myself. And to be honest with you, I need to lose really anywhere from 10 to 20 pounds so I can always be comfortable. So even after I eat, I'm not bloated. I'm still good. Fit in all my clothes. Need to lose 10 to 20 pounds. That's the kind of truth talk you gotta have with yourself. Because if you look yourself in the mirror and you say to yourself, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm in the lower 50%, lower 40% of people based on my body type and my look, then that's what you're gonna attract. So if you look at yourself and you say, all in all, I'm decent looking. So you can't expect your man to be fine or to be sexy or to be extremely handsome if all in all, you just decent. You got to get to fine or beautiful or all of that right there to attract that. And that's what you got to realize. You attract what you are, not what you want. That's what you got to realize. Now listen, all types of shapes, weights, heights, complexion, all types meet them somebody. Any type could meet somebody. You just have to be realistic. Women always say to me, well, Tony, I'm seeing all these women that's getting married and they look beat. What's going on? And I say, their husband beat. Their husband might be gay. She might have mastered that shalom. She know how to suck the life out of that thing. And he messed around and got a taste of that. Eyes rolled in the back of his head. Spirit left his body and came back. Married. Why? He's a freak. He want to do SDM or whatever that's BDSM. He want to do threesomes. He want to do foursomes. He want to swing. See, a lot of times y'all be looking at the outside and y'all be trying to judge a situation, and you don't realize that woman might let him get one of them 12 inches off of Amazon and just ram it. And he just in this fantasy land and she all in. And then that's what he want, because he is a porn baby. And I hate to be that real with y'all, but we grown. So you got to be careful when your kids listening now. That's why you need to listen to the video with your headphones on before your kids listen, because we real. But they also, especially if they get teenagers, they need to hear this truth too though. They need to know about it. So you got to stop judging a book by its cover. Get in them pages. When you get in them pages, just like a real fiction book, you will see a lot of these books nasty. A lot of these books nasty. But you can't tell it by that cover. The cover just might have a man standing there looking like G.I. Joe. But you get in that book, a man might be getting bent over and waxed by all the other men in the barracks. And you like, whoa, what's going on, huh? What y'all got going on? Nasty. So that's what you got to realize. Don't think that just because you see a woman and she look like a terrible Monday morning and she married, that you less than her. You don't know what she do. You don't know what she got going on. Now, when it's pure, it's her personality. If she look toe up from the floor up. And y'all also too, don't just think that this is about weight. A woman can have weight on her and get married and be happy, and it be pure based on that man history and biography and his makeup. Not every man is caught up on weight, because he may love his mama, his grandma, his auntie, his sister, and they could all have meat on their bones. So he used to it. To him, it's normal. Because you could have women that's 120 pounds and they look like they addicted to methamphetamine. So they slim, could have a body, but look smoked out. And then you can have a woman who is full figure, fully voluptuous, fully full, but her skin is clear and clean, her hair is clean, her nails is clean, her teeth and mouth is clean, and guess what? That pH is balanced, thing clean. So now he having a very visceral, surreal experience with this hygienic, clean woman. Whereas booty, breasts, no stomach, got a set of breath on them. Open her mouth and He getting karate chop. He, whoa, bro. And so he tore up. So now he finna say, listen, okay, got some meat on the bones over here. Everything clean. Things smell like water. Then got this woman over here, looked like she was hand carved by God, but she don't have hygiene. What you think he finna go with? He finna scrap that thing up and test her out now. Little stinky, he finna wax her now. He gonna wax her. But who he finna settle down with? Clean hygiene. Meat on her bones, cook. And guess what? She just ain't had no desire to work out, to go walking, to eat cleaner. She just ain't had no desire. She just ain't had no reason. She grew up around people who food is comfort. It's comfort food, soul food. They eat for happiness. And that's just all she's known. Now she get with this man, he more health conscious. He more thoughtful about what he eat, what he drink, what time he eat and drink. He educating her. She learning. She might have 100 pounds that'll just fall off in 3 months just by making a few changes. Just like that. That's what you got to realize. So that's how men who are ready, real men, that's how they starting to look now. They starting to realize like, hey, everything ain't what it cracked up to be. When a man come out of that porn addiction and he start to open his eyes, that's why you see some women who you think you look better than, that's why you see them get married. Because the man's starting to see other things when it's pure. It is also situations when it's not pure. The man doing it, she's a cover-up, he need a green card, stuff like that. We all know about that. So the thing is you gotta become the best version of yourself. And that's what a lot of women who say they want a husband are not doing. You got to become the best version of yourself. So what that means is you gotta take and you gotta look at yourself from head to toe. So if I look at myself right now, I'm gonna give myself an example. I'm gonna go to Turkey, get me a hairline. I'm gonna get my skincare routine. I might go get me some Botox. I ain't worried about the toxins and all of that. Got to die anyways. So might get me a little Botox if I can't get these wrinkles straight. And mine ain't that bad. I'm a man, I'm married, but I'm just giving you an example. Might get me a little under eye filler. I ain't worried about the toxins. Got to die. Got to die. It just depends on how bad I want to maximize my looks. That's a personal choice. Me personally, I ain't into all that. But I'm just giving you an example. I ain't into all that. So then, I'm going to get on that treadmill. I might study some peptides. Look at the pros and cons. See if I need me a peptide. See if it's too damaging. Do the research on it. Learn about it. I might explore a new diet. Raw vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, keto, carnivore, whatever it is for my blood type, whatever it is for my system, my regulation, my hormones,
I'm looking into that to see what I need to do. And then from there, I'm taking and I'm moving everything around. And I'm implementing. Need to sleep 8 hours. Need to drink a gallon of water a day. Implement. Need to read 2 chapters of my Bible. Need to journal. Need to get knowledge. Feed my mind. That's what you got to do. You got to look at everything that need to be done. Need to go back and get my retainers. Go get size for some retainers. Need to get back on my mouth. Get some bonding between them 2 teeth from that root canal. Go through every little thing. Need to get my tongue scraper for that tongue. Need to get me some coconut oil for that pull, that mouth pull. Need to make sure my nails clipped and clean every week, every 2 weeks. Hands and feet. You see what I'm saying? You go down that list. You get your bets. Might need to get my ears pinned back. Might need to go get my little ear pin back. Might need to get my little elf clipped off. Ew, that's a lot of aesthetic. It's a lot. You got to ask yourself this. Is it going to kill you? That's the thing. That's the thing. Is you going to live by, die by that little flick of ear? Listen, if that ear sit out there like that right there, and you got your hair down, and your ear poking out that hair, and they gonna kill you to get that ear pin back. That ain't gonna kill you. If that's finna elevate you and take you 3-4 notches up on the scale, what you waiting on? They could do that while you woke. You ain't even got to go under. They just put some numbing and just skirt, skirt, skirt. Just like that. Skirt. You bite to work in 48 hours. Ill, sitting back. Bam. Now you jumping off the page. See, the thing about it is, it's like, it sounds shallow, but that little stuff be affecting your self-confidence. It be affecting your attitude. It be affecting your conversation skills. It be affecting your disposition. So now you talking to somebody and you rude. You arguing. Y'all going back and forth. Bop, 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 bop. Because you already mad. Because you got 20 years of being bullied. You'd have been bullied about that thing that you could change. Might be a gout. Might be too much gums, not enough teeth. Go work on that stuff. Go get the gums shaved back. Show more teeth. That's all that is just a little defect. It's just a little defect the way your gums overgrown. Get the gums shaved up. Now you got more teeth. That's it. Get that ear. I got some clients who do, I think they call it rhinoplasty. They have their dad nose. Now I seen a porn star. I seen a thing that said, it was a caption. He said, the men with the widest nose got the biggest thing. I don't know if that's real, but that's what I want y'all to understand. If that's real, that came from a porn star now. I seen that caption online. Could be real, I don't know. But for a lot of women, if your dad had a nose, now you see my nose right here? My nose is kind of regular. It's got a little size on it, but it's kind of regular. But it's some men who nose sit out here. So maybe he might look different. He might look unattractive to some women, but if that do correlate and he got old baby arm on him, when he get down in there, women be falling in love probably. So he got this here nose. Daughters take after their dad. So if a daughter take and get her a nose that sit out here to a man, she might look like more like a man. She might look like her dad. It's a woman on YouTube, and she did a video. She on Instagram too, and she did a video said, "Life as a ugly woman." That's her words. But one key feature I noticed is she have her dad nose. So just by having her dad nose, now she may have other features, you know, lips, teeth, or things like that that bring her outside of the looks scale. It take her outside of the conventional look. So therefore she calling herself ugly, but she only calling herself that because she's outside of what's marketed, what's promoted. If we was in a certain region of Africa and that look that she has is the look of the king, the look of the prince, the look of the royal family, it wouldn't be called ugly. It'll be opulent, beautiful. That's the look. And men will be discriminating against women with a thin nose or a small nose, and they will be seeking the women with a larger nose. So remember, looks, standards, beauty constructs is established by the region you live in, by your society that you live in. So guess what? Back to what I was saying. If you have your dad's nose and your dad had a wide nose, a man may look at you like you look like your dad. And you can't help that. That's not your fault. It's nothing that you can do about that. You got your dad nose. And some women get mad when I mention that, but that's the truth of the matter. You have to get out your feelings. So what you have to do is, you have to ask yourself, you gotta say, okay, I got my dad nose. For whatever reason, God gave me my dad nose. How do I feel about this? Do I love my dad nose? Do I want to keep my dad nose because I love him and this reminds me of him? This is a part of who we are. And if a man don't like it, he could kick rocks with open-toe sandals on. Or do you say, hey, I'm not attached to this nose. It's not something that I absolutely love. I'm okay going and getting some work done on this nose and getting this nose brought in a little bit more to a more of a woman's nose, like my mom nose. I'm gonna go get my mom nose put on, or what have you. Women doing that every day, all day, and people don't even know it. Like if you could meet a woman and you could be like, man, I wish I had her nose. And she done went and got her nose done. They say Beyonce went and had a nose job. It's a lot of women that do that and nobody knows. So you got to realize and understand that that's something that's done, because it's like, if you just happen to have, it's kind of like, but see for me, like I got my mama hands and feet. And women will meet me and they will see that I have a smaller hand, that my hand might be their size,
And they will think that, oh, that's a stereotype. Oh, he finna be love in the bed. And then they will realize, oh, the stereotype ain't true. But then they look and be like, And so that's what happened too with men. Like they measured 2,000 things, and the longest one was 10 inches, and it belongs to a 5'7" man. And so women looking at this 5'7" man probably judging him, thinking he little, and his thing bigger than a 6'6" man. And so that's the thing. We take on the attributes, and that hinders us. So it's certain women who they might look at a man foot size and hand size and think something, and might pass on that man because she's saving herself till marriage, or she abstinent. And so she look and see he wear a size 9.5, 10, not realizing that 9.5 could be the length of his thing, but she see most men wear a size 12, 11, 12, 13. So she like, I ain't finna set myself up for failure and get with this man with this size 10 shoe, this size 8.5. And she pass on him. She go get with the man with the size 13, and he pull out a 1-incher. Now she up a creek without a paddle. Pun intended, because he ain't got no paddle. So he can't even swim out there in her ocean, in her pond, in her lake, whatever she got going on. He can't even work the middle. Like Aaliyah said, rock the boat. He can't even rock the boat. Size 13 shoe, can't rock the boat. I'm telling you, that be the thing. It be judgment. So yes, you being judged. Yes, you being looked at. If you look too much like your daddy, and your daddy look too much like a caveman or like the original Neanderthal, you're gonna be judged. We can't get around that. You're gonna be judged, and you got to make a decision. Do I want to keep my daddy teeth? Do I want to keep my daddy nose? Do I want to keep my daddy ears? Or do I want to do something about this? Because if this is affecting you and you can't meet the love of your life, because you got to understand, people are programmed. So you got a choice. You could wait on somebody. You can wait on somebody who is not programmed, or you can say, hey, let me change this right here because it's not going to kill me. I'm not attached to this. So like, I had to go get braces. I went and got braces at 32 years old because I wasn't finna be attached to that tooth growing in that didn't come all the way down. So when I smile, had an extra tooth up there. I'm not finna hold on to that for sentimental reason. No. I'm going to get this thing fixed. And guess what? That birthed me. That rebirthed me. So now you see the here. Now I can smile. So if you go back to my old videos, I don't want veneers. I don't want veneers because it's hit or miss. It's hit or miss. I don't want veneers. No. My wife talking about she kind of want veneers. All right, go ahead. You get some chicklets, you up a creek. You get chicklets, you up a creek. You get veneer breath, you up a creek. Because I'm not finna be spending the money 2, 3, 4 times now. So you better make a decision. You want veneers. I don't know who you cheesing for. Because I don't need you to have none. So you want them, you doing them for somebody else. And if I'm paying for them one time. You up a creek. It don't work out. Go get a job. Go get a job. Work, save. You doing the next one. No. Because I ain't tell you to do it the first time.
Call me what you want to call me. So you got to realize this a choice you got to make now. I never forget. Had a cousin, she had a gout. Gout. You know, they used to pick on you, be like, oh, I kick a field goal through your teeth, because you know the field goal, the yellow post at the end in football. If y'all don't know football, look up field goal, and you see that yellow post, and just that space right there between that U. So they used to pick on my cousin for that gout. Had another cousin with that gout. What one of my cousins did, what she went and did is she got bonding. So he got the gout, she just got bonding put on the end of both teeth, and it closed that gout. Looked like a new person. Looked like a new person. And here's the thing. What's wrong with a gout? Nothing. Ain't nothing wrong with a gout, but I'm going to tell you what the problem be. 9 out of 10 people don't have it. So now it makes it look different. It's not that it's something wrong with your nose. It's that 1 out of 10 people have your nose. It's not that it's something wrong with your gout. It's that 1 out of 10 people have your gout. So it's not that you ugly. It's that you different, and the human brain is programmed to normalcy. So when something is out of the norm, people's brain can't process it. It's like if you see somebody with blue hair, it catches you off guard and it grabs your attention, and possibly in a negative way, until you look at it a little bit and you process it and you take it in, and you like, hold on, blue hair don't look that bad. That blue hair is kind of cool. I kind of like that. Look like a smurf. I kind of like that. And it start to grow on you. A man could look at a woman with her daddy nose and be like, wonder if that nose, wide nose mean that thing down there juicier. Let me see. Then he might go, let me help you understand this now. He might see a woman with a wider nose, but then see her naked, and she might, like, body might just look amazing. And then he goes and he sees a woman with a thinner nose, and she has very aggressive, not normal ingrowns. She got very aggressive ingrowns in her bikini line. And they're very aggressive. And she got very aggressive discoloration in different places. So then he say, now women go through this, but this is different. This is interesting. How she got a perfect face, but her issues is under her clothes. Then here's this woman over here. She has a different face. She has a unique look, but then her body is perfection under her clothes. And that's how that thing be a lot of times. That be life. That be life. It'll be something, just something different. And that's what you have to realize. You have to come to terms with yourself. Who you are, what you are, where you want to be. You got to ask yourself, am I comfortable in my skin? And am I willing to accept what comes, what I can attract? Or are there some changes, some tweaks I want to make?
because I want to be more inside of the beauty constructs of my country. And I want to increase my opportunity of meeting more people because I look more standard, because my non-standard look is not serving me and I'm not attached to it. Now, what you also have to consider before you make any changes is that things can go wrong. So you got to look at the percentages. You got to look at the doctor. You got to look through all the reviews. You got to look through the last 100 cases. And you got to see, is this doctor a 99%, 99.9% performer? Or is he 7 out of 10? Is he 70%? Or she 80%? Dude. Your percentage is too low, doc. Came in here looking like Evander Holyfield. Left looking like Tales from the Crypt. No. You got to think about that thing now. Also, you got to realize Kanye West's mama died on the table. I got a cousin. She was big bone, heavy set. She wanted to get lipo. She went to Colombia. Instead of staying in America, she went to Colombia. Died on the table. Unfortunate. And I say that to say that's very real and that can happen. I just seen somebody else die. Somebody else's mama just died. You know, I think it was a celebrity mom or something like that. Just died on the table. Listen, that thing is real. It was it probably wasn't somebody's mom. It could have been a pastor's wife or something like that I seen, but she was in her 50s. Now, if you in your 50s, you 50 or older, what I would say is maybe come to me and let's just do matchmaking. Because it'll cost the same what that surgery gonna cost, but it's just your body done slowed down too much to be going under anesthesia. When you closer to the grave than you are to the birth canal, you got to be careful with surgery. Because your body could be ready to die in your 50s. You had a long, hard life. You had meat leg all put on you. You done worked with annoying co-workers for 40 years. Your body, you go under and your body want to decide to stay under. Because it say, listen, we done live. We don't know what's going on, but we just got put under. Because your body getting put under. It's almost like being euthanized, but you coming back to life. And so your body getting put under. So that's why you got to make sure you are of the health. You want to do a surgery, you need to work out for 6 to 12 months, get the best shape you could get. A lot of times people want to go in there and do lipo and tummy tuck and all of that. And you want to go in there and your body ain't had no conditioning. You ain't did no walking, you ain't did no lifting, you ain't did no exercise, and you just going in there in a poor state of health with a poor heart. And then you finna get put under for hours? Your body might say, we barely could wake up in the morning. Now you finna take us under? We be tired walking from the bedroom to the kitchen. Now you finna take us under? Well, how we finna get the energy to come back to life? Body done. Body clocks out. Body say, nope. Heart say, Heart say, you ain't finna put me through all this. Heart say, you already had cardiac arrest. Heart say, you got all this real cholesterol around these organs, and you going to hit a Dr. Miami, and they did nothing to get this cholesterol down. Dr. Miami ain't God. You should have got on the treadmill. That's what your heart say. So I'm going to tell you like this right here. Y'all better stop following these BBL women.
And all these women running to that surgery. Listen, don't jump out there and run to that surgery. Don't jump out there, listen. You better run to that trach. You better run to that cul-de-sac. Better run to that apartment, to that sidewalk, and get some of that cholesterol off of you. Burn some of that fat down. Lose you 20, 30 pounds. Then see. If you can't run a mile, you shouldn't be going under. If you can't run a mile, you really need to be able to run 2 miles without stopping before you think about going under. Tell you that now. Tell you that now. You will wake up dead. Open your eyes next to the Lord. I'm trying to tell you. You wake up, you like, Michael? Gabriel? Jesus? Moses? Where the world I'm at? Yeah. You gone. It's over with. It's over with. You want to go jump under a knife. You want to go get put under. No. No. You trying to get put under. No. It's a route. It's a route. So listen to me. This is what you got to realize and understand. Don't make no changes that ain't necessarily be made unless you really, really, really feel good and strong about that change, because you don't want to do all this just for no spouse. And same thing with y'all men, because some of y'all might be in the same situation where you think about getting you a little lipo, like the guy, the former scammer, went and got lipo. A lot of these guys getting lipo. I think they said Big Sean and Drake got lipo, is what they said. The way they abs look, I don't doubt it. It don't look natural. I remember a woman, a public figure, she had like a 6-pack of abs, but she had flabby arms. And we all know that don't work. We all know that don't go together. Ain't no way in the world you got abs naturally, and then ain't no way in the world you get abs naturally and then your arms didn't lose no weight. Your arms ain't slimmed down. That ain't how that work. And I seen a lady about that. She talking about she went and got a BBL and her stomach stayed flat, but all her weight go to her arms. She ain't do arm surgery. There is arm surgery. I know women who went and got it, and they take that needle and they stick it right in here, right in here, and then they carve around that muscle. They carve around that muscle, and they suck all that fat from around that muscle. So then you'll see that little ball in your arm. You'll see the little striation, and then them fat cells gone, so it's hard for that to grow back. That is a thing. I know women who done did it. So realize, listen, it's a lot of pressure out here. And men and women, you got a decision to make. Do you want to do everything you could do naturally? Braces, gym, stuff like that? Or do you want to do extracurricular? Like, listen, wouldn't that be a shame if I went over to Turkey and went under to get me a hairline, get my old strong mane up there, get old thick dark hair, and didn't make it out? That'll be very unfortunate.